Hey, what's up? My name is Tyson Brown and I want to welcome you to Tyson's Fitness Tips podcast. This is Australia's top health and fitness podcast to help you lose weight, look good with your shirt off, feel confident in your body, and finally achieve the goals you want with your health and fitness. So 5 days a week, I'm going to be giving you top information from myself and also from leading experts in the field so you know everything you need to do to get in the best shape of your life. From nutrition to mindset to workout, everything is covered in this podcast and you need to go nowhere else. So like I said, it's going to be 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, in your ears with quick, actionable segments that you can implement straight away, because the most important thing is that you can put these things into play. Also, if you listen all the way to the end of the episode, you're going to get 2 special gifts that you can download upon listening to it. So make sure you listen all the way to the end to get those free gifts, okay? So let's get into the episode. Oh yeah, look at that view today. Sitting on the rooftop here out in Sydney, guys, outside of my gym actually. And today I'm going to be talking to you. I got a question the other day actually no, it wasn't from my client. It was from an Instagram follower, and he asked me about carbohydrate timing. Should you have carbohydrates before a workout? Should you have carbohydrates after a workout? Should you have them in the morning? Should you have them at night? And I wanted to ask him, first of all, I tried to find out a little bit more about what his goals were. He wanted to lose some fat, and then I was like, okay, so what are you eating at the moment? Like, what does it currently look like? And when he told me, it was funny because like the things he told me didn't really seem to add up. He didn't really know what his macronutrients were. He didn't really know how many calories he was eating. And so he started worrying about carbohydrates before he needed to. As in, like, he started trying to focus on, you know, when's the optimal time to have them, all these things that we've heard other experts and people talk about, but in reality, like, you don't need to worry about that when you first start trying to lose weight, or even if you're still, you know, let's say you've been training for 1 or 2 years and your goal isn't to become, like, you know, super duper athlete or anything like that. It doesn't matter that much. And until you cover the basic stuff first, you shouldn't even be worrying about that. So when I say you need to be covering the basic stuff, what I'm thinking about is, like, do you know how many calories you're eating on a daily basis right now? If I said to you, how many calories are you eating every single day? And you can't tell me the roughly amount that you're doing, then you don't need to worry about carbohydrates. If I ask you your macronutrients, like how much carbs, protein, fats are you having every day, and you can't answer that, or you only know how much protein you're having during the day, then you do not need to worry about carbohydrate timing or any meal timing, really. I mean, yes, it's good to obviously space out your meals during the day, but to be 100% honest with you, if you are focusing on those little minutia things that aren't going to add up to a lot of results when you aren't even focusing on the big rocks first, then you are completely wasting your time, wasting your energy, and there are better things you should be focusing on. Because what there is, right, there's a hierarchy pyramid. For those of you who are listening to the podcast, you're not going to be able to see this, but I'm going to explain it. It's a pyramid, right? And so from the base of the pyramid, it's the most important all the way up to the least important. And I've actually covered this with another podcast episode with Marty McPhee about this, but I want to cover it again. So I first stumbled across this from 3D Muscle Journey. And what they said, basically, on order of importance, when it comes to nutrition, first is calories. How many calories you eat during the day. That's going to determine whether you lose weight, whether you gain weight, or whether you maintain weight. If you're eating too little, you're going to lose weight. If you're eating too much, you're going to gain weight. If you're eating as much as you burn, you're going to maintain your weight, okay? So that's the most important thing first. That's what you've got to cover. If you don't know how many calories you're eating, this is where it comes to weighing your food, tracking it on MyFitnessPal, recording every single thing you put into your mouth. Yes, it is methodical. I know. I mean, yes, it takes a long time. People tell me this stuff, but guess what? If you want to lose weight, you need to have awareness. You need to know how much food you're putting in your gob. And the only way to know that is to start tracking. Is it for the rest of your life? Absolutely not. Should you be doing it for a couple of weeks, months? Yes, you should. Because if you don't know, how the hell are you supposed to know what you're going to be doing to lose weight, okay? So once you start to track your calories, at the same time, you want to figure out your macronutrients. This is where it's beneficial for using MyFitnessPal, because what can happen when you use MyFitnessPal, it'll actually be able to tell you how much protein, how much carbohydrates, how much fat you're eating every single day, so you get an idea about, okay, I'm eating either too much carbs or too much fats or not enough protein or whatever it is, and you can go from there. That is so much better that I just moved this camera just a little bit, because that light was shining in my eyes and it was killing me. But going back to what we were talking about, so until you know exactly how much protein, carbs and fat you're having, until you are at the optimal ranges of actually protein consumption, which is 2 grams per kilogram of body weight, and until you know just how many calories you're eating in general for your goal, don't even stress about carbohydrate timing, okay? But let's say you do have that in place. Let's say you're like, you know what, Tyson, I do track my macronutrients, I do track my calories, I time all that stuff. So tell me, how much protein should I be eating every day? I mean, when should my carbohydrates be? Then good question. So when it comes to carbohydrate timing, the first thing you want to think about is time it around your workout, okay? So if you're going to work out in the morning, if you're going to work out at night time, if you're going to work out in the middle of the day, whenever you're going to work out, that's when you want to consume a majority of your carbs for the day. So before you work out, after you work out. So now let's talk about pre-workout first. I'm just trying to think back everything I want to cover with you guys today. Let's think about before the workout first, okay? So let's think about carbohydrate timing before your workout. Well, if you're going to work out at, let's say, 12 p.m. and it's currently 9:30 a.m. and you're going to have your first meal of the day. So in that first meal, you want to make sure you have a slower digesting carbohydrate. That means carbohydrate. That means sweet potato. That means oats. That could mean some brown rice. It could be some bread with some peanut butter, because when it has fats and protein, it also slows down digestion. But you want to have a source of carbohydrate that's going to be slower to digest in the body, because it's going to release slowly and give you that constant energy. If you add higher glycemic carbohydrates close to your workout, further away from your workout, you're going to get a spike and then feel low going into your workout, which means you're probably not going to get the best results, okay? So the further away from your workout you are, the slower digesting carbohydrates you want to have. But then when we start moving closer and closer, let's say it's now 11 a.m. and you're feeling scrumptious, you just want something quick, this is where a quick source of carbohydrates comes in. So it might be 2 rice cakes, it could be a banana, it could be something as simple as a handful of cereal. Cereal is a very quick carbohydrate. It could be 1 piece of bread by itself if you want to eat bread by itself. I don't know why you would. It's not the most tastiest thing, but yeah. So having that before a pre-workout, something that's high glycemic, easy to digest, it's going to give you that energy for the workout, and you get that pretty quickly. I mean, if you're someone who needs to eat something really, like if you wake up in the morning and you don't like to train fasted, then you have something like half a banana, something easily digestible, or you have a protein shake with a little bit of cereal in it, you drink it down on the way to the workout and you're good to go. So that's if you're going to train, that's pre-workout, okay? So the further away, the lower glycemic, the closer it is, the higher glycemic. If you're going to train on an empty stomach, that's completely fine. This is where the post-workout carbohydrates are going to be more important. So when it comes to post-carbohydrates, does it really matter? Not really. Like, have whatever really, like, what carbohydrates do you enjoy? Do you enjoy potato? Do you enjoy rice? Do you enjoy pasta? Do you want a chicken sandwich? Do you want some rice cakes with some, I wouldn't have peanut butter. Keep your fats low after your workout and focus more on the carbohydrate side of things, okay? So you would have maybe some sweet potato with some steak, or you would have some chicken with some rice. Pretty classic, right? But what you would avoid is you would avoid olive oil, you would avoid peanut butter, you would avoid avocado, you would avoid those healthy fats, because fats are going to make the carbohydrates take longer to be absorbed in the body, and the body is wanting carbohydrates, the body is wanting protein, and you want to feed the muscles as fast as possible. So the way you do that is simply by giving it carbohydrates and protein and reducing the fat, because it's going to get absorbed faster. You can even have a protein shake with a banana after a workout if you want, or a protein smoothie. It doesn't really matter as long as it's got some type of carbohydrates. Now when you look at like grams amount and all those type of things, I can't give you an exact gram amount, simply because some people are going to be able to have more carbohydrates, some people are going to have less. But what you would want to have, let's say on average, you could have 50 grams before and 50 grams after. Or you could have 30 grams before and 70 grams after. Whatever it's going to be, like think about around about 100 grams of carbohydrates in the before and after. And you don't have to have it exactly when you finish your workout. If you've eaten beforehand for any period of time, you can wait up to 1 or 2 hours to have it after your workout. The closer you have it to your workout, probably the more beneficial, but it's not a hard and fast rule of if you don't consume within 30 minutes, you've lost your gains. Because I remember times where I used to get on that as soon as I finished my workout, I would be walking on the treadmill and I'd be like, shit, where's my protein shake? Where's my carbohydrates? When in all honesty, it doesn't even matter that much, okay? So if you have a meal beforehand, then you can wait a little bit longer till you actually get a solid meal in, or you just have a protein shake with a banana, it's up to you. If, for example, though you exercise in the morning, you train fasted like I sometimes do, that's when post-workout becomes more important. That's when you want to get it within that hour, okay? So you avoid muscle loss because you're training on an empty stomach. And this would be a perfect time for you to go and get carbohydrates that are fast digesting straight into the stomach with some protein after your workout. And that's pretty much it, guys. Like, there's so much here that we get confused about, we get stuck in, and you don't want to get stuck on all that little stuff. Like, don't get caught up in the minutiae things when you haven't even tackled the basics. So until you get your calories sorted, until you get macronutrients sorted, don't focus on the carbohydrates. Once you get those two sorted, okay, cool. Now it's time for you to rock and roll. Now it's time for you to start focusing on that stuff. But until then, wouldn't stress too much about it, to be honest. And that's the video. I'm not actually sure if you guys can see me at the moment because this reflection of the mirror, but hopefully you guys can, even though it's going to be on the podcast. That's what's going to happen. If you guys have any other questions, make sure to comment and ask, and don't forget, every single day Q&As get answered to you. If you want to download 20 high protein recipes, if you want a 6-week free workout guide, if you want an intermittent fasting guide, go to tysonbrown.com.au/bundle. Speak to you next time. That means you get some free goodies. So what you can do is you've got two different options, or you can take them both. I've got an intermittent fasting cheat sheet and a high protein 20 recipe meal guide designed specifically for you in your situation. These meal plans and this intermittent fasting guide is designed to help you burn stubborn belly fat and get in the best shape of your life. So all you have to do is go to the show notes, click on the download link, and they'll get sent straight to your email address. It's as simple as that. They're completely free. They're gonna help you transform your body. So go to the show notes now and download your free guides, and I'll speak to you in the next episode.